Assalamu alaikum. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we'll be going over present tense verbs. So here we have a few examples. So you should know that the present tense verb, known as mudare, is not solely limited to the present. It's also indicative of the future, and this is going to depend on context. So for example, we have yathqulu, which can be translated as he is heavy, or he will be heavy, depending on the context. Another example is yadhuribu, which is he is hitting or he will hit. And then you have yaf'alu, which is he is doing or he will do. We are using he here because that's the default doer within the present tense verb. Now we'll take a look at the pattern for present tense verbs. So the present tense verb is created by taking a root and placing it on this following pattern. So here the root letters are fa, ain, and nam, and the pattern is yaf'alu. So here we have a ya, which is prefixed to the root letters, and then the first letter is going to have a sukoon, and the second letter can either have a dhamma, fatha, or a kasra, and this will change based on the root. So you can find out which haraka should be used when you search up the root in the dictionary. The third letter will have a dhamma, so that's a pattern you can apply to multiple different roots to put the verb in a present tense form. So let's take a look at a few examples. Here we have kataba, which means he wrote, and to put this in present tense form, we just follow the yaf'ulu pattern. So we add the ya to the root, and the first letter of the root is going to have a sukoon. The second letter can either have a dhamma, fatha, or a kasra, and in this case it's going to be a dhamma, and then the third letter is going to have a dhamma, so this becomes yaktubu. And remember, we can translate this as he is writing or he will write, so both present and future tense is possible. Next we have fataha, which is he opened, and again, to put this in present tense, you're going to do the same thing, follow the yaf'alu pattern. So we add the ya to the root letters. The first letter is going to have a sukoon. The second letter in this case will be a fatha, and the third letter, like always, is going to have a dhamma. So this becomes yaftahu, which means he is opening or he will open. And then finally, we have jalasa, which means he sat. And again, to put this in present tense form, you're going to have the ya added to the root, and the first letter is going to have a sukoon. The second letter in this case is going to have a kasra, and the third letter is going to have a dhamma. So this becomes yajlisu, and this translates as he is sitting or he will sit. So here are the three elements that you should know that make up a present tense verb. So first we have the prefix, and in this case we have the ya as the prefix, and then we have the actual verb, which is fataha, and together this becomes yaftahu. And finally we have the plurality, which is found at the end here, and together this becomes yaftahuna. So the prefix, this, and the plurality can change depending on the conjugation you have. So now let's take a look at the conjugation table. So here we have yaftahu, which is the third person masculine singular form, and here you can see the ya is a prefix, and it has no plurality because it's singular, so this just means he is opening or he will open. Next we have the third person masculine dual form, which is yaftahani. This has the prefix of the ya, but then it has a different ending, which is the ani ending, and this is what we'll be using for dual. So this means they both are opening or they both will open. And then next we have yaftahuna, which is the third person masculine plural ending, and here the prefix is again the ya, but this has a different ending, which is the una ending. So this means they all are opening or they all will open. So next we have taftahu, which is the third person feminine singular form, and here you can see that the prefix changed from a ya to a ta, and that's the only difference here. So this becomes she is opening or she will open, right? And then next we have taftahani, which is the third person feminine dual form. Here we have again the taf prefix, which indicates femininity, and then we have the ani ending, similar to the third person masculine dual, which also has the ani ending. So this becomes they both are opening or they both will open in the feminine form. Okay, so next we have yaftahna, which is the third person feminine plural form. And here we have the ya coming back. So instead of the two tas here, we have the ya as a prefix. And then we're going to end it with a sukun and a noon ending. So na ending. And this is going to be one of the exceptions in the chart. So this is they all are opening or they all will open. Next we have taftahu, which is the second person masculine. And again, the prefix just changed from a ya to a ta. And if you're wondering how do you tell whether it's third person feminine or second person masculine, that's going to be based on context. So here taftahu is going to mean you are opening or you will open. And next we have taftahani, which is second person masculine dual. And again, you'll see this is the same as third person feminine. And again, you'll tell by context. So the prefix has a ta and you have a ani ending for dual. So this is you both are opening or you both will open. Next we have taftahuna, which is second person masculine plural. And here the prefix is a ta and you have the una ending. And this will mean you all are opening or you all will open. Next we have taftahina, which is second person feminine singular. And here we have the ta prefix and the ending is going to be an ina ending. And this will be you are opening or you will open. And again, you'll see here we have taftahani, which is second person feminine dual. And this is the same as second person masculine dual and third person feminine dual. And again, you'll be able to tell by context. So this will mean you both are opening or you both will open. And then here we have second person feminine plural, which is taftahna. And again, here we have the sukun noon ending like before, but instead of a ya, we have a ta. And this will mean you all are opening or you all will open when used in the feminine form. Next we have aftahu, which is the first person singular. Here the prefix is going to be a hamza, and this will mean I am opening or I will open. And then we have naftahu, which is the first person plural form, and this has a prefix of a noon, and this means we are opening or we will open. So now let's take a look at a couple examples. So here we have ينصر التلميذ الجديد, and ينصر here is going to be our fi'l, and it's in the present tense, and the fa'il is going to be the huwa inside of it. And here we have التلميذ الجديد, which is our mawsuf sifa, as they match on all four properties. And together this is going to be our maf'ul. So this becomes he is helping the new student or he will help the new student. Because as you know, it can either be the present tense or future tense. So now we have تنظر إلى السماء, and tanzuru is going to be our fa'il, and the fa'il inside is going to be huwa. But as you know, this form is the third person singular feminine form, and that's why we have the ta as the prefix here. And ila samai is just jar majrur, and together it's going to be our maf'ul. So this becomes you are looking towards the sky or you will look towards the sky. Next we have nadhhabu ila al-masjidi, and the fi'al here is going to be nadhhabu, and the fa'il is inside, which is nahnu, right? And you can tell by the noon as the prefix here. And ila al-masjidi is just jar majrur, which is going to be our maf'ul. So this is going to become we are going to the masjid or we will go to the masjid. Then finally we have يجمعنا تلك الأقلام, and يجمعنا is going to be our fa'il, and the fa'il inside is going to be hunna. And you know this because this is the second person plural feminine form, and you have the sukun noon ending and the ya prefix, and the تلك الأقلام is going to be ismul ishara musharan ilay. So this becomes our maf'ul, and this translates to they all are gathering those pens or they all will gather those pens. So that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.